And welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Master Heart family. This is where we meet every Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central. And it's similar minded people, spiritually minded people, understanding that God and all that does the work, and that we are these magnificent beings that get to ask for what we want. And then the Father does the work and gives it to us. And so we talk about all kinds of things like miracles and wonderful things happening with us. Today, we're going to get specifically a little bit later on, get into unconditional love. And that's really the name of the game. If you want to really enjoy your life and your soul is here, the prize is for joy. And it's when you see yourself as unconditional love, when you see others as unconditional love, when you see every person and every experience that you had in the past, present, and expect in the future to be unconditional love, that you will see everything will change for you. And you'll see the miracles in your life that are happening all the time. So, speaking of miracles, welcome. And who wants to start with any miracles? We talked about last week about white feathers and being angels of communication, and so people were texting me white feathers and pictures of it, and I had amazing experiences with it. But there's miracles happening all the time around us. And who wants to inspire, uplift us first with what they have to share, or any thing you want to ask about life and how it plays? We're open for it all. Hey, Stephen, Zoom
Go ahead.
user, Mr. Zoom.
This is Amy today. Long time listener, first time caller. Um, anyway, the feathers thing still keeps going for me because I went and saw my kids this week. We try to get together weekly, but it seems like there again, feathers have been the thing. And I don't know what happened in their house, but there was feathers all 3 stories.
You
Like
had feathers at your kid's house?
yeah, my
Yeah.
kids' house, like I don't know, like somebody like had a feather machine and just blew it all through their house because they were on every single everywhere I looked. There were these little tiny baby feathers, like somebody shook their angel out or something. I'm not sure, but
Oh my gosh.
it just makes me think that I'm so blessed to have amazing children, and they're all grown up now, and it's fun to watch them progress in life, and it is a
Yeah.
miracle. That's a miracle that they even want me in their life. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
I'm just always just happy to see them, and they're busy, and life couldn't be better for them, and I'm very happy and grateful.
Uh, that's fantastic, Stephen. And so again, that was a little muffled there, Stephen, your mic, but basically Stephen visited his kids and was able to see feathers all over. There was a feather machine, I guess, inside, and saw all kinds of feathers. And the whole principle behind the white feather is that everything that we want is already here, that it's a matter of we have these beliefs, and this committee says committee members that put blinders on us. It's kind of similar to the way that there are like, you see a car that you really like and you haven't seen it on the road at all, and you really like that car, you get the car, and then hell, everybody's got that car. You go around the corner, and what happened there? And it's all a matter of our focus. And so we proved to ourselves last week that we talked about white feathers. And why are we able to so easily see like white feathers versus maybe like money? Well, the reason why that is because we don't have any resistant thoughts towards white feathers. There's plenty of white feathers. We've never been told ourselves, hey, there aren't enough white feathers in this world. Okay. And so, because of that, and it's this idea about resistance, and I was thinking about all of us together, being together today, and I thought about, like, it's kind of like a car that if you put it in drive, so in other words, you're asking for what you want, as long as you ask for what you want, because whatever you're asking for, you're going to get whether you want it or not. So ask for what you want. And it's kind of like driving a car. It's that you put it in drive and you go down the road in the direction that you want. And if you're going downhill, you can actually just put the car in neutral and it'll keep on going. And in fact, if you're going downhill, it'll get faster and faster and faster. The car will. And that's how our life is. If we would just put it in neutral and just say, hey, I just love that my business is going to grow now. I love that there's more easy money for me now. I just love being independently wealthy now. And if you just leave it in neutral, not put on the damn parking brake. Okay. And say, hold on, that can't be because of blah, 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 whatever this committee is saying, and just start calling forth what you want. But there's also the R, and the R is not for race. Okay, the R is for reverse. And now we're thinking in the back on what happened before. And this is how people were before. This is how my business was before. And this is how, and we think that it's going to repeat itself. It only repeats itself. The person is only that way. The situation is only that way if you think it's going to be. So don't put your car in reverse. Stop looking through the rear view mirror and instead look out in front of you and start imagining the amazing life that you can have, because you can think about white feathers and end up in, apparently Stephen was in a home that had some machine blowing out white feathers. Okay. I was walking, I took my daily walk and I'm outside. I love looking at the blue sky. And I'm walking along, just looking forward, and I'm nudged. I'm just, I don't even really am not conscious of it to look up. And I look up and I see six white birds just floating right over me. And then all of a sudden, because of the white feather and us talking about it, I think, how many white feathers are on each one of those birds? Like thousands and thousands, and they're there. And all I had to do is look for them, And then we're being guided, we're being supported, we're being loved every moment of every day. And when we just start thinking about what we want and allowing it in, so it'll be. So thank you, Stephen, Mr. White Feather Guy.
Yeah.
Last thing is the unconditional love part. I think is so amazing too, because I think that's why there's white feathers in my kid's house, because I have unconditional love for him and I
Yeah,
feel blessed, and the angels are watching over them. So that's all there is
yeah,
to it.
that's right. That's right. And what you send to your kids is not worry, it's not
No,
concern. It's that you send them this unconditional love, which means no conditions. I don't care what my committee thinks, if they're bringing up their kids right, or, if they're living their life right, everything is playing out just fine. All of us, when we transition back into the non physical, we'll be able to look at our life and we'll see it all played out perfectly. And it is. When we take the committee away, we'll see that everything is playing out perfectly. Beautiful. Thank you. Thoughts, comments?
Yeah, I have a comment. I'm getting better about the money thing,
That's all you
I'm definitely
need.
getting better. But when you said we don't have any resistant thoughts towards the white feathers, that just
Yeah.
like made so much sense to me. Is
Mm,
for whatever reason, I've had these resistant thoughts about money my whole life, and
yeah.
like I said, I'm definitely getting better,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so here's the beauty of that, Shell, is that so what has happened is that we have been brought up and people were good intentioned, our parents and, whoever, and typically our family provides us the contrast that we signed up, the most contrast that we signed up for, and telling us what we don't want so we can go live our lives and have the freedom and the joy that we've been wanting, that our soul wants. And so we've been brought up with things like, the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's a misunderstanding of the Bible. Okay, what it was saying is that all things come from God, and we know the Father does the work. But when you think like, oh, money's all my God, then yeah, because you're not going to find happiness with lots of money. I help, I guide, serve, love people that are millionaires, and they're unhappy, and they got their committees going, and they're in a battle all the time, and they would give up all that money if they could just have that peace, and that's what they want. And see, if you just call for peace, so back to the money though, and we were told that money doesn't grow on trees, which implies you got to work your ass off for it. You got to do, and then you end up with do. And we've been told the filthy rich. Holy shit! We're 5 years old saying I'm not going to be filthy, and so we have all this crud, all this misunderstanding in our subconscious mind, in the kingdom within us that creates it all. So we have these blinders on, and then the committee takes it and blows it up and everything. And how do we get over that? We say things like, I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, and I am prepared to increase my income now. And then you will. That I love money and money loves me. I love money and money loves me. Just start doing that. I love that I have plenty of money. That's why the penny is so important. You find a penny, found a penny again this weekend. And it wasn't at the grocery store, that where was it? At the car wash. And found that penny, and I did a little dance. And then went out, and I just cashed in because the store didn't have enough money, and won $500. I'm always winning money. Why? Because that's what I say I am. I don't listen to, the odds of winning are this and that. We have risen above odds. We have risen above this world. We're not attached to this world anymore. And so if you'll just flow, and you don't even have to think about money, if you would just feel good, that would raise your vibration up, and the heavens will part for you and give you everything you want, to include plenty of money. And I have some of you that we're playing together, and we're thinking about having $50,000 a month, some $100,000 a month. And can you allow that in? Some people right now can't allow $100,000 a month. I remember Shell shared with me, she goes, shit, Joey says, yeah, in a low month, 6,000, 20,000. Shell saying like, shit, I'd love a 6,000 a month, it's all relative. And so it's like, we can all have this. Okay. There's plenty of everything. There's plenty of air. You've never not said, so white feathers, plenty of white feather, plenty of air. And why? Because you've never said to me, Dr. Hank, would you quit breathing all the air? Because there's an abundance of everything that we want, but we just need to rise up and put at the top of our subconscious mind those things that we want, and all those other things, those beliefs that no longer serve us will go away. They're like a shadow. And when we shine our light on it, knowing that this is an abundant world, an abundant life, that we will then have abundance in every way, and just flow with it. And it's really funny that we all have it. I look at each one of you and, you all have food. You all apparently have a computer to be on or a phone. We have so much stuff going for us. And the committee's got us weeping about how I'm not making whatever. I don't have this or that. There's plenty. So beautiful thoughts.
I have a thought, Dr. Hank.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, everybody. Um, so last Thursday, my sister's here with her family visiting. We're having so much fun.
Right.
But they went to the store and my husband just found a $10 bill wadded up on the ground. And so he
Yeah.
asked the people around,
Yeah.
did anyone lose some money?
Yeah.
And no one said, they said no. So he
Yeah.
kept that. So I was out with my sister the next day. We went to the dollar store and I found a $20 bill wadded up. And
Fantastic.
so we were in the checkout line and I asked two people in front of me, did you guys happen to lose, some money? And they said no. Because I felt bad. Somebody went to the dollar store and lost a $20 bill. I felt bad.
20 items less.
But I thought, okay, so that's really crazy. My husband
Yeah.
found a $10 bill. I found a $20 bill.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. And
Yeah.
so anyway, that was just fun. But I
Yeah.
really love how you say, and I'm really trying to absorb this, just
Mm,
think about what we want and allow it in. And so
mm,
we don't have any resistant thoughts.
yeah.
That's how we allow it in,
Yeah.
because that's fascinating to me that we can do that, even though
Yeah.
I've been coaching with you for a while, right?
Yeah.
But I'm really trying to, like Michelle, right? I'm just really trying to perfect that, but just have
Yeah.
joy along the way and
Yeah.
know it's
Enjoy the
right
ride.
here.
Yeah, and getting better, and Robin, you're getting better, and everything is getting better. It's not like, gee, I'm still waiting for my stuff to come. Your stuff has come, and it's going to continue to come more and more and more. And you hit it right on the nail. I just need to be thinking about what I want and then allow it in, which means don't disallow through listening to your committee or whatever. Part of this disallowing was that, so in your story on the money, that here's how I would say that this story, that wow, I found $10 or $20, and I just find that at $10, $20, this is for me. This is my path. You know, see this idea about, oh, it's somebody else's, because if they were quote unquote smart, they'd say, oh, yeah, I lost a 10, whether they did or not, right? Or a 20 or whatever. And it's like, this is your path. And so I would just do a dance, and I'd be dancing and I'd be say, thank you so much. So this is, whether it's a penny, a 10, a 20, whatever, your stock goes up, or, whatever is happening on unexpected money flows in your life, whatever, that what I would do is say, thank you so much for the easy money. And can I please have more? And so I want to appreciate, and then I want to ask. And when you're in a state of appreciation, you automatically will get more. Whatever you're appreciating, it's telling God you want more of it. So appreciate, I just love finding that 10, 20. And money now flows to me easily, and to Tony easily, Robin's husband. And so, it's just like, I just love this. The money flows easily and gently and powerfully into my experience. Yeah, good. Joy.
Yes. So I got something to add to this because we've been talking about this a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had a friend of mine who he grew up like I did, in low income family and stuff, and he swore he wasn't going to live like that as an adult, and
Yeah.
he's got his doctorate degree in biochemistry or something like that, and he went to like the top with Pfizer, pharmaceuticals and stuff, and he was a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
And I watched him from the time he was in his mid 40s have the same fear about losing it that he had about getting it. And he passed away at 60 years old of a heart attack, and
Yeah.
he didn't have any real medical issues, things like that and stuff. So I've seen that side of it, and so that's why,
Yeah.
like, even when I work with a client, kind of like what you and I have been talking about, Dr. Hank, when I work
Mhm.
with a client, if they want the $1 million, I go, no, 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 no. We're going to find what's the purpose. What's the
Yeah.
purpose for it? And it's funny how many people want to have a lot of money so you don't have the fear of running out of money. And I
Right.
come from
Right.
that place and stuff. But
Yeah.
this weekend it came to me, that really kind of brought this to a new height is they
Mhm.
talked, is that whole thing of the dash, the dash mark.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
we have our date of birth,
Hmm.
and then we don't know what that day is that's going to come when we leave this place,
Yeah.
but everything is in that dash.
Yeah.
And I think about that, and I think about like fear, anxiety, not enough money, this and that, not getting what I want to
Right.
get, like
Yeah.
everything else and stuff, or even spending 28 years in corporate and it's never what I wanted to do, and how miserable I spent that time. But
Yeah.
there's no way I'd be able to do what I do today without that experience of that stuff.
Right.
And so
Right.
there's parts of that dash, big parts of it in my life, where I've
Yeah.
just kind of like I just spent it in a negative way.
Mhm.
And so going forward here, you pointed out a couple things when we talked last weekend. Going forward here, I thought about that this weekend, and like nothing's really changed in my situation and circumstances other than the way I see things. So it's funny because about 5 years ago, take a minute, but about 5 years ago, my son was here visiting, and we went and checked out this waterfall, and you got to walk like three-quarters of a mile, and then you got to go down like 350 steps to get to this platform to see it. And if you go off the platform, you can go down the river like this, and I thought, well, how far down can it be? So I go, let's go check it out. He goes, okay. Well, we went down there, and it was easy going down, because you're going downhill. But we
Yeah.
didn't bring water or anything with us, and it took us like almost 2 hours to get back up that thing. So I was thinking about that, and him and I were just talking about, we are laughing. Now it's a good memory and stuff, but that
Yeah.
day he was not happy with his father. So yesterday I just felt like going out and just being me, and I ended up going out, and just by hap chance I found the top of that waterfall, like the very top, like the deck we were on is about halfway down, and you can kind of look out and see the whole thing. But I literally got to the edge of that top and hung my feet over the side, and I'm just watching this waterfall going around me and stuff. And I thought, man, and
Wow.
it was easy. It was an easy walk getting there. It was
Yeah.
enjoyable. I fell twice in different pools and totally wiped out, and scarped up my arms and my legs and stuff. But oh my God, it was fun. It was me getting to be
Yeah.
me. And
Yeah.
that's those times when I enjoy that dash the most,
Yeah.
and where the best things in my life come to me in those parts of that dash
Yeah.
where I'm just being me and I'm enjoying life.
Well, I love that, Joy. Yeah. And I take that dash and like the past, it got you to this point right now. So it's really nothing to be the corporate America gave you the business experience or whatever that, it everything has led to this magical point where you realize, I just want to be me. I want to enjoy myself. There literally is nothing to worry about, guys. That everything is here if we just stop that and just say, just command. You're the commander. You're the captain of your soul, captain of your ship. Where are you going to guide it to? The promised
Yeah.
land, baby.
And the other
Yeah.
part of it is like, I don't know how God's gonna bring about what I want and stuff, but
Right.
the way he brought this about was getting me the experience from the ground up in sales, and then the director and then the vice president and things like that and stuff. So I
Yeah.
can look forward and go, whatever I go through is leading me to what I want to, to what I want. So
Yeah.
how about if I find joy in it? How about if I find happiness in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
That, I always say when the contrast comes, the things that we don't want, God never has been disappointed in any of you, any of us. Okay. God has never been upset or angry about any of it because what God does is instantly goes, knows what you want and goes there and is flying high and is happy and joy. And we get to choose. Am I going to be in my pity party? Am I going to hang out with the damn committee, the devil? Or am I going to go with God? And how do I do that? I simply say, this is what I don't want. What do I want, God? Show me the way.
Yeah.
And God will start showing you the way, the beauty in this life that took you right to where you are. Look at Joey behind. Those 4 posters are 4 years of him being the business coach of the year. You know, this is what it brought. And like, it's just all better. And that, and people say, oh, well, but, really, and they try to tell me they're really about, no, and I got this debt or whatever. Everybody has debt. It's other people's money. That's what you do. If you're a smart business person, OPM, and there's plenty of money. And so let's just, and enjoy and be ourselves, authentic. Shell had this idea to write this book on sex, and I've helped people to write books, because everybody always said, a lot of people say, I want to write a book, and they never do, so they don't know where to go. So I give them guidance, and I said, hey, I'll write it for you. And so we have Joy Sex, and that picture there is the painting. That painting is for me a part of the Master Heart family as well. And it takes courage. Initially, Shell, she didn't want to be herself. She wanted to, it's a secret. She didn't want to tell that. She didn't want, she said her daughter would either kill her or kill herself, the daughter. And she knew, that she was writing a book on sex. And the stuff we got in that book, holy mackerel. But you know what? And I had a committee member say, after we did the first Joy Shop podcast on this, Joy Sex podcast, which was on Saturday, maybe recording if you want it, and like, I remembered, an incident when I was a boy sexually. And like, I hadn't thought about that forever. And afterwards I was thinking like, oh shit, what are other people going to think? And then I just howled out laughing. Like, I don't give a shit what other people think. That I felt good of sharing my truth, because we all have, as children, exploring with sex or whatever, and it's like, hey, that this is, all part of it. And in fact, we're mind, body, and spirit. So we need to, if you want to really have the joy, let's mix all 3 and let's understand those 3. And one thing, not to get all out of this subject, but this just blows me away, that during a climax, and again, yes, we're talking about that now, but we create, first of all, endorphins. And these are the feel-good hormones that are released, contributing to pleasure and euphoria. Mankind can't make a better drug than endorphins, and we all can, whether you're by yourself or with somebody else or with a group or whatever. But listen to this one. Oxytocin, and it kind of sounds like that oxy drug, right? But we make it. It's called the love hormone, and it promotes bonding and emotional closeness. Like, how beautiful is that? Like, do we all want to have, and again, it's not, this is about the body. It's just part of our whole experience. And then our bodies produce prolactin. And that's afterwards, we feel satisfaction. What's the perfect vibration to be at? Satisfaction and looking forward to the bright future, satisfaction and relaxation. So think about that, our body can create pleasure, euphoria, bonding, emotional closeness, satisfaction, and relaxation to get all this information that's in this book. But it's like, oh, it's all part of it. It's all beautiful. And we've been told it's bad or don't talk about it or whatever. And it's like, no, it's life. There are no secrets. Okay. And so to love ourselves for who we are. And like Joey says, go out and be yourself. Let's just be ourselves. Don't be concerned about what other people think. And as I look at some of you, that, boy, have you displayed that? Look at what Shell has done, Michelle Tanner there, that Deborah Crystal, she went and shared her truth to help uplift people about, going from hell to heaven. And a lot of people didn't like it. And she stood tall. Just said, it doesn't matter. that I need to share this. I need to uplift the world. And that's who we are. We're leading with heart, and we're uplifting ourselves and the world, and we're creating a better future. We're putting the eternity into everything and everyone, and we're creating a better world, a better life for all of us as we be who we really are. There are no secrets. You don't have to be guarded anymore. You can open up your heart. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. So, Deborah, did you want to say something?
Oh, sure. And thank you for sharing about my story and how I did it because I had a message. And not
Yeah.
everybody's gonna like your message. But
Right. Yeah.
again, like Joey said, it's, be yourself.
Crystal Princess.
Be you.
Crystal Princess.
And some people didn't like it because it got into their ego or their pride or
Yeah.
whatever,
They're
whoever knows.
committed.
But that's not
Mhm.
my responsibility.
That's right.
And so I knew why I did it. And as long as what you're doing, and if it can help one person, then by all means, that's amazing. So it's whatever we focus on. And I just stopped reading the reviews because I know who they're from. I'm not gonna focus on that.
If you
Um,
want, if you want to read the worst reviews about me and Deborah, just
go
go to
right
the
there.
Crystal Princess.
You would think like I killed somebody. Like you would literally think like I literally from these, yeah. But anyways, not my problem. I only mean love and
Yeah.
unconditional love,
Yeah.
based on what we're all sharing.
Mm,
And since I'm speaking now, I'll share a little bit. I guess over the last maybe 10 days or so, I've just kind of been in my own head a lot and just kind of drained a little bit. And I was like Googling, I'm like, is there something going on in the world? Like, what is it, this energy? And then I was talking to a friend and she was telling me about Mercury, like retrograde, and, how that can impact people's energy. And I was like, that must be it. And then I started focusing on that more than anything else. And things just
Mhm.
weren't going through, like
Yep.
deals weren't going through, like last minute technology issues, like all these things that are Mercury retrograde, if you Google it, associated. But then I'm like, is it in my brain? Like, what am I focusing on? Because doubt is faith in the wrong thing, right? So my faith was like in this like Mercury retrograde, and then to tip the whatever you want to call it, just my last straw with all this was on Friday. I learned that our mailboxes got broken into, and we have a gated community. And I was just like, oh God, it can't better not be my mail. Of course it's gonna be mine because this week and whatever. And I had a bunch of packages delivered, probably like 6 or 7 for some customers, and good amount of money, that I spent on these. I didn't realize how many I had. So I'm going to the mailbox and I'm just kind of like, okay, it's gonna be fine. And I open it up and no mail, like nada. Um, and I was like, holy shit, like, oh my God. And initial panic, like Mercury retrograde, how dare you, universe, like what is going on? And my heart rate's like increasing. And I get back home and I tell, Nick, and I'm like, we have our cleaning people there, and I'm like,
oh,
and I'm just so angry. And I'm like, oh my God, all this money that I spent on these products, and I'm going out of town this week. And I'm like, I needed these things or whatever. And I was really like pissed for a little while. And then Nick, brought me down. He actually was like, it's gonna be okay. Like he really helped me. And I had an appointment with a doctor, right around that time, a little bit later, who I was gonna, introduce our scanner to as well, who and I was kind of like, I'm just gonna go. And like, I was angry. Like, I don't know, it just something took over me. And I felt violated and like this community, like they did me wrong. Like, how dare them? But and now looking back at it, it's kind of hilarious, to see that, kind of what happened to me. Um, but it helped us, talk about it more and figure out a solution. And the beauty in that is, well, first off, I showed up at the doctor. I went to the doctor's, I went to go meet her. I was a little like, she measured my blood pressure. It probably wasn't, but it wasn't all about me. And I did my thing. And then she invited me back the next day to, come back and share more about, what I'm doing, and was excited
Yay.
and wanted her daughter to be there. So it went fine. And then I kind of just, kind of took the day off and just spent the day with Nick, and we had some errands to do. And then I called our company, a lot of the orders that I received from, the company I work with, they're like, oh, that's fine. We'll just send you out new ones. It happens. We're so sorry you went through this. And boom, and that was majority of it, and then there's a couple other places, but whatever. But I'm just like, and then it made me love my company even more. I'm like, oh my God, like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are just gonna send it out. They were so caring and sincere. And like, how
yeah,
beautiful is that? They're just gonna send it
yeah.
out.
Mhm.
And so it's just what are we focusing on, and then
Yeah.
and what are we trusting,
Mm.
so it really led me back to thinking, like, am I going to trust in my, unwavering faith,
Mm.
in my limitations, or am I going to trust it in what I do want, in
Yeah.
where I'm going, in the end in mind, if you will, and the person I'm becoming, or the person I already
Yeah.
am, that I claim to be every day,
Yeah.
when I visualize, my life, who
Mm.
am I choosing to be? And sometimes it's a war, and it can be. I don't want it to be, and I know it's might be part of my growth and journey, but I do come back, and I come back, more centered and more aware and more alive than ever because of that. Because I realize that, that's a lot of us are just walking around, letting all these, events that are happening control us, when we have a choice, to make at the end of the day. And then you think about all the trials and tribulations, things that you've been through already and overcome. And you're like, it's like, I can do that. I can do this. And God has always led me to bigger and better places when I
There you
trusted in
go.
him and let me
Yeah.
fly. So where are we going? So it's just been one of those weeks, but my mind is different. It's clear now. I feel better, and
Yeah.
I understand, now more than ever in terms
Yeah.
of that. And I'm excited to see, what else will take place and find the feathers,
Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah, beautiful, Deborah. That's just beautiful, and I love that. And it reminds, for all of us, a reminder when situations happen that we don't like or don't want. Remember the magical statement for that. This has just played out so well for so many now, and it's this situation is now easily and quickly resolved in my favor. Gosh, my example of that is, and again, that is the situation is quickly and easily resolved in my favor. And what happens is you just release it all, and it can just go, and it can take you to that next higher level. And so the contrast that happened with you, Deborah, that it was all a blessing, that it took you to that next, wow, now I'm clearer than ever. And that, and that it's no big deal on whatever. It doesn't matter. The committee got a hold of me, or, I'm looking for stuff. I don't need to look for anything. Everything is right within us. And so it's just beautiful on how you were able to rise above and realize that, hey, everything's going to be resolved in my favor. And with that let's have things be in our favor with unconditional love. Were you going to say something, Deborah? Deborah, were you going
No,
to say?
no, thank you.
Okay, okay. I saw
That
you
was it.
did. I did your mic, and so I thought you wanted to comment on that. But
Oh, I don't
yeah, that's
know. Thank you
beautiful.
for
Thank you.
asking. No, let's
Thank
let's
you.
meditate. Let's get
Yeah.
into our unconditional love and angelic beings that we
So
are.
here we go. So we're going to invite unconditional love in now. And I would ask you, it's actually Archangel Shamuel. And she's this pink light energy and angel dust. So I want to invite you to now just close your eyes, to begin to breathe deeply, and breathing in the breath of God, And then breathe out and let's just release anything from last week, anything from yesterday's, then let's just release it now. Have it just flow out from us and breathe in. And now breathe in red hearts. And just fill yourself with red hearts. Fill your mind. Fill your emotions. Fill your body. These beautiful, floating, red, loving hearts. And breathe in. And breathe in pink hearts. And just see all these beautiful pink hearts, all of this love that now is filling your mind, filling your emotions, filling your beautiful body. Oh, just breathing out. And breathe in. And begin to relax the top of your head. Relax your eyes, relax your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Allow relaxation and allow love to flow into your mind, to your body, into your head. Relax now, breathe deeply. Relax your chest and your lungs. Relax all of your organs, your beautiful functioning organs. Relax your hips, your thighs. Just allow love to flow down your body now. Feeling so relaxed and at ease. Allowing love to flow down through you now. Down your calves, down your ankles, down your feet. Oh. Now breathe in Archangel Shamuel, this pink light, energy, and angel dust of unconditional love now flows into your mind, flows into your emotions, flows into your body. We call upon you, we evoke you, Archangel Shamuel, to flow in and allow us to think only unconditional loving thoughts of first ourselves, to unconditionally love us for everything that we are. We are so magnificent. Come and flow into our heart now, Shamuel, and open up our heart. Take those guards away, take those chains and locks away, and open up our hearts. There are no secrets. And there is only the authentic us. Who we really are is pure love, and flow into us now. Open up our hearts wide so that we can love ourselves, so we can love each other, the Master Heart family, so we can love our loved ones, our friends, and those who we serve, our clients, our prospects, for all those people that we touch and uplift now with our unconditional love. Fill us, fill our minds now with thoughts of people in the past, to unconditionally love all of those people to now go and take unconditional love in our thoughts and to think of everyone in our lives and to send them and to see them with unconditional love. See their beauty. See what they've helped us to become. And we now ask that Samuel, you walk before us and in our future, open up our minds, our hearts, our emotions, our bodies to unconditionally loving every person, every experience, and every situation with unconditional love. Let us walk with these red and pink hearts now as they are dancing in our heads, they're dancing in our emotions, they're dancing in every cell of our body. They're dancing in front of us to have a bright future for all of us, to unconditionally love everyone and everything and every experience, for us to see life and ourselves as God does. Pure love. No conditions, that we give love to ourselves, to all others, to every experience, and all that is. Breathe that. And stand tall now with love, this beautiful unconditional love, this pink loving energy that now flows in your thoughts, your emotions, and your body. You see nothing but beautiful pink, beautiful unconditional love. Soak yourselves now in this. Be still and know that I am God. And this pink light and this love. You are now immersed in unconditional love, thinking, feeling, experiencing unconditional love for yourself, all others, all experiences from the past, present, and future. We now see the blessing in ourselves. We see the blessing in others, all others. We see the blessing in all situations from the past, present, and into the future. And we are so blessed. And we thank you for enlightening us, for showing us the way with unconditional love that makes all things fine, makes all people beautiful, makes everything miraculous. And we call forth the miracles now flowing into our lives as we are unconditional love now. I'm going to now count from 5 to 1. And at 1, you'll open up your eyes and you'll feel better than you've ever felt. You'll feel the unconditional love of all that is upon you. And number 5, and all 5 is for creativity. And we now create unconditional love in our life. And 4, we want more of what we want. More unconditional love flows into our lives now, into our experiences. And 3, that it is unconditional love in our mind, body, and spirit. We love feeling this, thinking this, being unconditional love. And 2, it is God and ourselves in this beautiful, beautiful tapestry of life, creating unconditional love now in our experience and with others and with ourselves. It's so blissful. It's so miraculous. And we give such thanks for this. And on the number 1, we'll flow into our chairs. We'll awaken feeling and being unconditional love with pink everywhere. And 1, we open up our eyes and welcome this magnificent, loving life here now with us. Amen. Hi. How are my loved ones? I feel good, like I knew that I would. So good, yeah. Woo! I've seen a lot of pink. Shall I say a lot of pink behind you, even?
I love
uh,
my pink wall.
yeah, that's great. That's great.
Knew that I would know.
You wanna? Oh, joy.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I knew that I would now.
Wow, that sounds
So
good.
good,
Yeah.
so good.
Oh,
I got you. Dun, dun, dun.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that was
Joy,
awesome.
Joy
That
and
was
I, Joy and I just attracted each other a couple of weeks ago, and now she's
Mm.
with the Master Heart family. So we welcome you to the Master
Thank
Heart
you.
family, Joy.
And I'm
Yeah.
so happy you guys don't even understand how happy I am. So I found Dr. Hank. Yes.
Oh, Joy. And what a name. What a great name she has,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
yes,
We'll take some of it.
yeah.
We'll take it all. We'll take that joy. Yeah. Anybody want to share an experience you have there? And yeah,
Yeah, I would. So
Joy.
this is
Go ahead.
Joy talking. Yes.
Yeah.
So this weekend was great, really great, because I started to understand imagining what you want. And I watched my thoughts, where before, I just let my thoughts run freely over things that happen, things that weren't good, things I need to do that I'm not doing. And I'm feeling anxious because I'm not cleaning the house or doing what I need to do, right? But this weekend, I was careful to imagine what I wanted and to be in the place where I was constantly saying, I'm abundant, I'm wealthy, all that the universe has is open to me. I just was really thinking what I needed to think about. And so it made me have a very happy weekend. And I woke up this morning so energized and ready to take on the day without anxiety, without that feeling of, oh, I need to do this and I'm not sure I'll do it. I have to do this and I have to do this. I was always in that I have to, feeling anxious, like I had
Yeah.
to do things and I wouldn't be able to catch up. But because I've been thinking I'm abundant, everything is going well, I'm loved, I'm taken care of, I'm happy. I just thought only good things and I woke up feeling really good. And I was like, oh my God, this is what they've been telling us to do. Yes. Yes,
Joy,
because
we are so happy.
habitually we think crazy thoughts, right? Habitually, we don't know that we have a habit of just not being in the present and thinking what we want to think. So I caught it this weekend how to do that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And you're becoming enlightened now, and you're realizing that you don't have to own these thoughts, and you can choose your thoughts, and you can create. And I loved you use imagine, you can just start imagining what you want. That's how Einstein created the formula for energy. He just used this imagination. It was out of the sky, blue sky. He literally put those numbers and everything. It wasn't experimenting someplace. It was literally him being given that, because divine intelligence has all the understanding, answers, and solutions that we want. And so we're so happy for you. And now you are free. And this is the freedom your soul wanted, that your soul wanted, number one, freedom from your committee. And now it has it. But again, remember, the committee is a blessing because it provides a contrast of what we don't want that helps us birth a brighter future, a better life for you and I. And because of time, it's ready to sing. Are we all ready to sing? And let's unmute our yeah, and let's get ready to sing. And Joy, you had one heck of a voice, boy. Joey's jealous. We like to laugh and have more fun. We like
We
like
like
to
to
laugh
laugh
and
and
more
have
have
more fun.
fun, for we are the chosen ones. For
For
we
we
are
are
the
the chosen
chosen
ones.
ones.
One.
Unconditional love is our new life. Oh no, our new game. Sorry. Unconditional
Unconditional
life
love is
is
our
our
new
new
Our
game.
new
name.
game.
Samuel is our middle name.
Samuel is
Samuel,
our
our
middle name.
middle name.
Endless love is our divine right.
Right.
Endless
Endless
love
Endless
is
is
our
our
divine
divine
right.
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 Yeah, good. As we shine Chamel's divine light.
As
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 we
As
we
we
shine
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 Chamel's
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 divine
divine
light.
divine light.
light.
Sound off, we are endless love. Sound
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 off.
off,
off.
We are
we are
endless
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 love.
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 Sound off, we are endless love.
Sound
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 off.
off.
off,
We
We
are
we
are
are
endless
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 love.
Endless
love.
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 Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Well, I love you all. Just know that love is flowing your way and out from you in an endless amount to enjoy this life the way it was intended. And know that everything you want is coming your way. It's done right now.
Bye. Love you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Week, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Love you.
I
Bye.
love you.